obvious question about something that's become talked about quite a lot strategically in the industry these days, and this is the concept of TV everywhere. Jeff Bewkes has been talking quite a lot about this. Brian Roberts at Comcast also. Do you have is there a corporate position on TV everywhere and how you think about it?
Well, I mean, it's a fascinating time we live in now. If you're in the media and technology world, which we're all in this room, and then you add the layer of sports, which is high value and high demand product. I mean, we got it all going on, and kind of everything changes constantly. So that's why I say it's an interesting time. And I go back to what we just said. We want to distribute our product everywhere. So the notion of TV everywhere is not a new concept to us. And rest assured that the Disney company is going to, and under Bob Iger's leadership, we are going to distribute our quality product, whether it be kids, ABC Family, Disney branded, ESPN branded. We are going to distribute that as widely as we can and provide opportunities for you to display your products and your advertising where the consumer is. I mean, again, it isn't very complicated, but that's where we are.
But one of the challenges, I think one of the reasons TV everywhere has been a little bit controversial is well, for one, a lot of this video content that's been spreading promiscuously, a lot of content that's been spreading promiscuously across interactive channels is freer than a lot of the content that you traditionally get in off of cable systems that you got to subscribe to, off of magazines you got to subscribe to. So that's challenge number one. Challenge number two is a lot of the times the advertising is stripped away from the content, so you're not getting even that second source of revenue. So how do you reconcile the TV everywhere or just the content promiscuity with the needs to make money?
Well, we always keep both directly in our focus. And I look at all of this and all the articles that are out every day. It's just evolution of business models, and it's going to settle in somewhere. But content is not free, just as quality advertising is not free. So there needs to be a model that works. In our mind, we have the dual revenue stream model, which I don't think advertising is going to carry the load, certainly for high marquee sports product going forward. It can't carry the load, so there has to be a dual model somewhere. That's why we're experimenting with things like ESPN 360. Nobody has that model in the business except for us. And we're not sure it's exactly the right model, but it's one we're working on, and we're going to be in almost 90% of all broadband homes quickly.
Steve, you're the thought leader for the company on interactive. I mean, you're really, a lot of stuff flows through your division. I mean, what are you seeing, and are there going to be different models in terms of subscription and pay for content? Are there going to be places in the Disney world where you do have pay for content and you don't? Where are you seeing the
Sure, I mean,
evolution?
I think you'll see several things. One, you'll see us produce new forms of content, right? I mean, we'll continue to expand, and George has already mentioned a pretty broad range of them that ESPN is doing with things like 360 and the ESPN Insider, and we're doing it under the Disney brand with a range of massively multiplayer products on the web, and as well as video distributed in different ways and adding interactivity around it. So you'll see an expansion of the kind of experiences that we can create because of the expansion of the platforms and what they can do. That's going to offer more opportunity for people to engage in our content and more opportunity for us to creatively monetize it. So yes, I think the answer is you will see a range of solutions emerge from direct consumer pay on I'm interested in this, and it's on-demand, pay-to-view, to a subscription experience, to a hybrid experience that may be a free, ad-supported, pay at a certain point, and we are doing all of those things and working with distributors as well, people who've been our partners for years, to continue to extend a model where they're aggregating and packaging as well. So yes, you'll definitely see it. We're doing it already in a number of places.
But there are some. I think Eric Schmidt said this just a week or two ago, maybe it was at the Goldman conference. And I think he was speaking specifically of news sites, but also, I think, referencing more broadly that the problem with pay models is that there is so much content out there, so much available, that you risk just losing your users to someplace that's free. Chris Anderson said it this morning. So
if your content's a commodity,
yeah,
perhaps you risk
I think
that.
yeah, exactly. I think we have a great position in the media industry for that reason. There is increasing clutter, increasing choice, and that's good for the consumer. I think what we're focused on is very high quality content, very high quality experiences across a range of platforms and doing things that no one else can or is doing, either because of the talent that we have access to or the rights that we have or whatever, or just the existing capability to produce and the creative talent that we have in our organization. So I think you will see that certainly there will be lots of choice for a consumer, and we will focus on differentiating ourselves through the brands, through a cross-media experience that really surrounds that consumer with what they're looking for and engages that passion. I mean, I think in aggregate, we're seeing growth in our audience and we're seeing growth in the engagement in what we do because of the proliferation of platforms. So, and because of our brands and who we are. And not only are we impacting people through screen-based media, we're impacting people day to day in what they do in live entertainment experiences or live events or whatever. So I think we have an opportunity, I think, to elevate above a lot of that, and we are seeing it today. The experiences around which we are engaging consumers at a level that compels them to pay to be part of it are unique.
But it's, you know, it sounds like, because what you're sketching out, which is interesting, is okay, in a challenged media environment, challenged both because of the current state of the economy, but generally because of proliferation and fragmentation, those who can continue to invest in content, who can invest in acquiring rights, who can invest in talent, actually do have an advantage. In fact, maybe even a greater advantage than in the past. That's the...
Yeah, I think that's right. In a world where increasing differentiation is required to not be viewed as commodity, but be viewed as something special, something unique, then those are the kinds of things you bring to bear: creative talent, performance talent, our ability to program and package, our ability to do that across platforms in a way that's unique, under a consistent brand presence that has meaning to a consumer, really, real deep meaning.
Yeah, I mean, as the barriers to entry fall to zero, brands are going to matter more and more in the media business. I mean, I don't think it's really much dispute about that. So.
It certainly doesn't mean that we are going to or can sit back. We need to be aggressive. We need to press on these things. Just as George said, ESPN many years ago said, we're no longer a television network, we're a media experience here to serve the fans. And Disney's been that way, I think, from its beginning, from the original roots in theme parks. You know, you can't really look at the Disney brand and say that is a brand that exists in this platform. It never really has. And so I think, again, that's an advantage, but we have to continue to press. We have to continue to innovate, continue to leverage technology to do that. And that's been the legacy of the company.